back. High society, man. High society, you know what I mean? It's been 2 long weeks, you know. We missed last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately, but you know, we back. You know what I mean? High Society Podcast, episode 36, right? Woo. 36. Yeah, we getting up there, man. I'm your host, B High. We got Sash 24 in the building.
What's
Queasy's
going
Way,
on?
as usual.
Uh-huh.
High Society First Lady Jazzy is back in the building, and we got Mac. You know what I mean? Buffalo's finest. From Buffalo, New York. My G, what's going on, man? Buffalo's finest. But nah, L, real shit though, man. It's been the world has it's been a different world. No pun intended.
Talk about it.
Definitely has.
It's like a war zone right now. You know, George Floyd, rest in peace to George Floyd. Not only George Floyd, rest in peace to like everybody who fell victim to police violence and excessive force, police, basically cold-blooded murder is what I want to call it. But he was murdered in cold blood. There's no doubt about it. There's no saltine I could throw on it.
That shit was a straight MMA death match move right there. That shit, that cop did with my man neck and shit.
Yeah, it was like basically a lynching. That's basically what it was. Like there's no saltine you could throw on it. Like
His intent was to hurt that man.
200 plus pounds all on my man, all the way that weight on my man neck. Like,
yeah, he's screaming, yelling. His mother was passed away. He yelling for his mom. You feel me? That shit is crazy, man.
he probably started saying that.
Yeah, transitioning.
And it
I
was
didn't see
for
the
8
video.
minutes and 45 seconds.
I've been stopped watching them shits, man. I can't watch them shits.
Yeah,
man.
I don't
It's
like to watch it. I didn't
Yeah,
even
I
see the
can't.
whole George Floyd video. Like I seen the pictures, I seen
Yeah.
little clips here and there, but I haven't watched the whole thing. Like I don't
I
want to.
can't do it.
I don't really like watching them things, man.
Yeah,
Like I understand already what's going on. Like I don't need to watch. Them
I'm more of
things,
like a come to a solution. Like if I see that, now I'm like, it's burning inside of me. Like what can we do? You know what I mean? As a people.
But like real quick, like what's the first situation in your life that you remember a situation like this happening that really like affected you?
Back when 6'5" officers beat me. They beat me right outside of a club in Patterson. Really no help. It was a Spanish club. The security guards actually attacked me first. And then after that, the police officers followed up. So my girl got pictures. I was bruised up. My eyes was all blacked in, and I got beat the hell up by the police.
And in a situation like that, when it comes to a citizen, that gets, you know what I mean? When the police show up, they just like automatically, it's like they got a prejudgment on what's going on already. Like they just come there already on 10. Like you feel me? Like they didn't come to find out if the bouncers was in the wrong and try to figure out who was right and who was wrong in the
Exactly.
They
situation.
come up there talking about, what are you doing up here? Like,
Exactly.
damn, bro.
They come up there just to smash, like on some Hulk shit, like Hulk smash.
They was
Like,
trying to get me out of there. They was trying to get me on the floor, and they was trying to stomp me out.
you feel me, boo? Like,
It's crazy.
what situation you could think of? Not necessarily your own personal situations, but as far as like when we see like police killings, you feel me? Like broadcasted type shit, like in the public eye.
And black life is cheap, bro. I mean, you
But I'm saying like, what's the first time it happened? Like, was it like, you
know
know how they got?
my own eyes that I seen somebody like some
No,
shit,
like even on the news, like Amadou Diallo or something. That could have been the first experience somebody had. You feel what I'm saying? Like when they just looking at it on the news and they just seeing that they really just murdered this guy. Like, you feel me?
I'm gonna say the first one I really paid attention to was the Sean Bell when I was 06. Like I was locked up when that shit happened. That shit was
Really?
Like, yeah, that shit was all over the radio. They kept talking about that shit though. Like, you feel me? So I could say that's the first one I really paid attention. But Hallelujah probably the first one I can really remember though. Like that shit.
Yeah, I think
About the
that's
plunger and all that shit.
yeah. I think that's the same with me.
What is it?
Wow.
Amadou
Is it?
Diallo.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Shot him like 41 times or something like that, right?
I think that's when they put the plunger in him. I think Sean Bell the one with the 41 times and shit though.
Yeah.
How the
Like,
fuck that's just like detaining an officer though? Like though, a plunger, my nigga. Come on, bro.
how about
Wow,
you,
man.
Jazz? You a little younger than us, so what's the first one you remember?
Well, I remember some, but I remember. So I always had this mindset, like like if I ever get pulled over from a cop by officer, I'm just gonna give them respect. I'm gonna not get angry, and I'm not gonna, pop shit. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna just, be regular. So I thought that always worked, because whenever I was to get pulled over, usually for my tints, it was just like, I'd be nice to the officer nice to me. Instead, I was in South Orange like a couple of years back, and I got pulled over by a black cop, and I was like nice.
Be the worst sometimes.
Exactly. This nigga. This guy gave me hell to the point I started crying, because I'm not like, he didn't wasn't aggressive or anything. Verbally he was, and it's just like he accused me of thought I had like pounds of weed, like not pound, like a bunch of weed in the car. I'm like, granted, I was smoking weed in the car, but I like, look at me, like, you really think I got some weight in this car? Like, I'm telling him, like, this is all I have, like, it's like, it's nothing. Yeah, he searched the car, and I'm just like, you look stupid. But before he got to that point, I was being nice to him, like, and he was just really, really nasty, and like, I was crying.
What you say he put you over for?
Let me tell you what my dumb ass did, right? All right, look, so this is what happened. So I'm in South Orange, so the circle with Cold Stone, like the Ville. So somebody was having an altercation up from the car, right? So my dumb ass be nosy, and I rolled down my window. Mind you, I was smoking weed in the car, so I guess the smoke got out the car, and when I tried to drive off, he out on foot. He tell me to pull over, like, and then I pulled over. So, cause he smoked the weed, like I drove by.
I probably would have kept going.
Cause that's a beat walker.
Yeah, he was a beat walker, but
I ain't seen him.
That's what I would have said.
Word.
But my fuck ass, right?
But nah, you did it.
Yeah, but mine, me, like, I ain't about to be doing that. So I pulled over, and he basically gave me hell, and I was so hurt, because I'm like, I'm thinking my brother, like, not cutting me no slack, but
that don't work.
Yo, like,
man, those be the worst.
That's what I experienced from a cop.
How about you?
I think my first, I got experience, my personal experience with a cop, but my first, it was the same. I think Amadou Diallo was the first one I remember, and then the Sean Bell was the first one I really like. Like, damn, like, this is crazy. But the one who actually made me feel like it could happen to me was I knew it could happen to me, but the one that really hit home for me was the Philando Castillo.
I knew that was really? I knew that. What?
Yeah, that
I was gonna say Trayvon Martin.
Like, nah, like, I'm talking about, like, it hit home with me because it related so much to me. Like, everything he was doing is something that I do on a daily basis.
Yeah, you feel me?
Really?
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, and I'm just like, yo, he killed that man with his daughter and his girl in the car.
Yeah.
And you hear his girl crying and his daughter, and it's just like, yo.
That's crazy, yeah.
Like, that shit was just like, that was
he a white
pure
cop?
Wicked. I think he was like Asian or something. Like,
what town was this?
This was actually Minnesota as well.
Word.
Yeah. This was actually
You ever
Minnesota.
got pulled over with your family in the car?
Pulled over? No.
Yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me.
I haven't. But
you gotta be able
to
have a good example though.
That was the first one that really like really hit home. I'm like, yo, that shit could really happen to anybody. Because if you look at all these situations, every single one of them is similar, only in the fact that they got the same skin color.
Yeah.
And all these situations is different. You got different ages. You got people who's into different things. And everybody should be worried because it look at what's her name? Breonna Taylor. That's her name? Breonna Taylor, right?
Yeah, Miss Taylor.
She sleep in the house.
Yeah.
In her house, in between shifts. She's an EMT driver. She sleep at home. Like, it don't matter what you do, where you think you at in life. Like, it can happen to anybody if it happens. Like, that's crazy.
And the crazy thing about that situation, they wrong for that. And it definitely more charges should be brought up because they didn't announce themselves.
No.
So they just bust through the door. And the boyfriend, as far as what I'm reading, he has his gun. He had a weapon.
He had a license.
Weapon. So what you gonna do if somebody busts in your family and you got a gun?
Right.
I'm shooting back. I'm just shooting. Right. So that's what happened. He shot. He hit the sergeant, and then they just railed 20 rounds. Bro.
He's actually in prison for they charged him.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what they charged him with.
He shot first, but they had no announcement of who they are.
I said,
and they supposed to do that, right? They're supposed to not.
I hope I'm wrong in this, though, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm not. I hope I'm wrong in this, though, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. other people done did way less than that, and them cops ain't get shit happen. Like, ain't shit happen to them. Like, you feel me?
Nah, you right.
The fact that a bullet went out their direction, though, bro, I don't give a fuck what you how you spend it. It's gonna be like they had a reason to do what they did. Like, I swear to God, like that's how they gonna look at that.
But
shit,
you
though,
know,
like,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't expect her family to get any justice from that. Shit, off that simple fact. And then if you look at it, like, yo, cops done got off like when they was like red-handed type shit.
Right,
like, when
right.
it's nothing. So even if it's a little speck of doubt, like a little argument they could come up with, you know they getting off. Like,
and that needs to change.
That definitely does.
That does. That
Like,
needs to change.
Like, cause it's like, but like they got the, like with all this is happening though, like you got the riots happens after this, just expected. But it's like, how, like what side are you on the riots? 'Cause you know some people
Tear
say
that shit up.
Some people say tear it up.
Absolutely.
Some people say it's
Up in
people.
smoke.
It's people on the other side though who would be like, yo, it's black businesses. It's black businesses that we tearing up. That is, you know what I mean? You tearing up your own communities. You feel what I'm saying?
You know, I can't tell nobody.
You know the argument.
Yeah, I can't tell nobody what to do because the outburst is necessary and it's
But
well
know
needed.
what I liked about that
Quiet
shit?
enough.
Know what I liked about that shit though? That shit happened simultaneously, round and round. Niggas ain't even had shit to do with this shit. What up in smoke? Like they like, damn, what the fuck we ain't had nothing to do. Why we? I mean, but it's like that's how this shit gotta be. Like gotta be like a collective. Like you fuck with one person, you gotta fuck with all. Like and that shit is that's the only way that shit goes. That's how they stopped it back in the day. Shit ain't just get better on. They just like
to speak about back in the day.
Yeah, ease up on it.
I peep game, right? You know, I like doing research, looking at numbers. Yo, every 100 years we have an outbreak. Right. African American. Every 100 years.
My head, man.
1855, right? Slavery ended. 1954, we actually went to court and we started fighting for equal segregation. Boom, we won that. Then boom, 1915, they want to show something in the White House called Birth of the Nation, which is the Klan.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, now 115 years later, we got something called Black Lives Matter on Boulevard, right, facing the White House. Think about that. Every 100 years.
It's powerful, but
you know what I mean?
My thing is like that's a little too slow for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It is, but you gotta look at systemic racism, like
Nah, I
systemic.
get you. It's a web of things. Like we were just talking about that, but we gonna get to that. But my thing is like with the riots and shit and the marching and riots, protesting in general, like do you really believe that these things work like in 2020?
Protesting, nah, cause I really feel like they don't give a fuck. You just holding people up in traffic and shit with that shit like that. That shit like, all right, let these. I swear to God, I was down Annandale, a white guard. He said even when the Sean Bell shit happened, he like, yo, look, I don't look at them. They in the streets again. I don't know why. They never win. They never get them nothing. But they out there again. Like that's what he said.
Yeah,
that's how he look at that shit.
Feel.
Like,
how was that feeling? You feel me? Like being incarcerated and knowing all that shit is going on.
I mean, nothing you can do about it. I guess.
Like, but knowing you gotta deal with that racism, like you seeing that shit head up right there.
It's just I'm not really surprised by nothing. Like white, that's like white people like you a nigga. I want to be like I don't really. I kind of expect that shit from him like though like that.
Yeah.
So that like all that shit he said that shit ain't really bother me like that's like one ear out the other like it's him. Yeah. Like I expect that from him like though. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like we've been marching for a long time. They even planning on doing another 1 million man march in South Carolina. But
I thought it was Washington D.C. August 29th.
You might be right. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's the same.
I'll fact check that.
It's the same day that Martin Luther King did.
They might be doing more. They might be doing more than one. You know, it's not the Nation of Islam setting it up. So it's like individual groups doing it. But it's like it's like I'm like the riots and the marching. Like we've been doing it for a long time. Like we have got some things changed because of it. Like small things here and there. You know, some things do change. But it's like that shit don't like. I don't believe that shit is gonna do anything. Like people you gonna riot, you gonna burn it down. People gonna build back up, and then something else gonna happen. Then it's gonna be like all over again.
Keep tearing the shit right back down.
Y'all ever heard of the Deacons of Defense?
No, I haven't.
Hey, Marv, you can pull it up for me right there quick.
Deacons of Defense.
Yeah, that's these like some World War II veterans or some shit like that. They came back from the war and came back to the deep south and shit like that. And the Klan was running around doing what they want to do.
Yeah,
niggas like, man, hold up, like I mean, we know some shit now, like I mean.
This was a white group or black
group? A black group. Yeah,
I know that. I know about that.
They stopped the Klans from doing all that bullshit. They used to have hella shootouts. Like really got into it with them niggas. Like, and made black people safe down there. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, like dudes used to come off the train from fighting. and have to fight their way home because the white people be sitting there at the train waiting to fuck them up.
They got their guns.
And it's crazy.
They like, man, we not about to keep letting y'all do what the fuck y'all want to do. Y'all shit's out, man.
It's crazy that it's
Hey, check them out.
that you could fight. Oh, here we go, right here. The Deacons of Defense.
Yeah. Feel me? Riders right there, man. IDB Wells is people like, I mean, riders. Feel me?
See,
this shit is crazy.
They need to show more stuff like this. You feel me? I think
there's
that
a movie. There's a movie on it though with Forrest Whitaker and shit. He played one of the dudes in that shit, but they kind of like, from what I understand, from what they say, it's like it kind of sanitized a little bit. That shit was kind of like the niggas got busy.
Watered it down a little bit.
Got busy with them niggas though. Like the
they ain't gonna show you the real story. They gonna make it look like, you know what I mean, like it was.
No, they don't like no uppity niggas. They not gonna call it no uppity niggas. Shotgun, whatever they gonna use and shit. You feel me?
But like, but that bring me to like the whole military aspect, because there's a lot of layers to this thing.
It is.
I hope we could get to basically. My goal is to dispel all the spin jobs the media try to put on shit like because when it comes to the riots, right? We gonna get back to the military, but when it comes to the riots, you got when the riots happen, right? We know why it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know why it's happening. The media know why it's happening.
Mm-hmm. But
they want to spin it on they just want to focus on the riots. That's my only thing about the riots. Only thing I don't like about it is when it happens, we allow the media to spin it and it to just be about the riots and the protesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
But I believe it's just a smoke screen to deflect the real blame and the real issue off of what's going on.
Yeah.
The whole George Floyd. This is what it's about.
Right.
But they just want to spin the whole thing. But the riots allowed them to do that. Because if it wasn't no riots, it's like a 50-50 thing. Because if it wasn't no riots, the media wouldn't be able to do that. But in the same time, you wouldn't have the attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel as though the attention should have been there since the guy had 17 counts of abuse by an officer. Like by the time he got to George Floyd,
they need to lock his ass up and throw away the key.
And he needed to do it for all four.
Exactly, all four. And then I was looking at a clip online, and I guess the chief officer, whoever runs the department for the Minnesota police, he's like, yeah, he's been charged with murder. And then they like, any further questions? And then someone in the audience like, what degree? To what degree? And they're like, 3rd degree.
Yeah,
like,
that's some bullshit.
usually
they moved it up to 2nd.
But like usually,
then,
from my understanding, like when someone announces like, okay, such and such is being charged with X, Y, and Z crime, they usually like, okay, they're being charged with 3rd degree or like 2nd degree. He didn't even say anything. Because
the reason why they was trying to do that 3rd degree murder, how the courts work, it's going to be a manslaughter. It was going to be able to plead to a manslaughter. So then he was going to be able to do 7 to 10 years and be out probably on parole
But
by
you know,
7.
3rd degree murder is actually punishable with probation. In certain circumstances.
Texas, I think somebody got 10 years probation for like shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. 3rd degree murder ain't shit. Like that's like a mistake type shit. Like, and they know it's a mistake. That's basically what it.
But they gotta charge it because the person died.
But my whole thing is like they fired him immediately, right?
Yeah.
Now my whole thing is if you have enough evidence
he was transferred.
Let's say he was fired. If you have enough evidence to fire these 4 cops, then they had to do something wrong. Like, you obviously had to see a wrongdoing. So why did it take so long to charge them?
Because they really don't want to charge them.
Mm-hmm. Systemic.
You feel me? It's they people. It's like, yo, like, all right, let's say we all gang, right? We all homies and shit in here. Like, if Mac go out there and do some bullshit right now, like we not gonna condemn Mac because he a part of us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, if it make only way we would condemn him is if it make the group look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now we getting pressure on the whole group. Now we gotta go like, Mac, listen, man, I'm gonna hit you with these little bullshit charges. Like, I'm gonna get you out on the back and we gonna make it go away. But you gotta take this, man, because it's making everybody look crazy. Right
That's
now.
what you feel like is going on.
That's exactly what I feel like is going on. I feel like they using it, they sacrificing them because they know they listen.
He did some bullshit.
You have to take this one because you making like if you don't, the whole fucking system gonna blow up if y'all don't take this one. Because if they didn't arrest them, it probably like we probably wouldn't be doing the show right
That's
now.
an interesting perspective. That's I didn't ever thought that. Yeah, I can see it like that.
I think they ain't have no choice but to arrest them just to like save face a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit be all bullshit.
And save the country because we was turning up.
This is what I mean.
Hell
Like, they tried to
yeah.
basically
And we still turning up.
arresting them, basically put out the fires.
My trunk of my car. I rode around with bricks in the trunk of my
But
car.
my cousin made a valid
I
point.
was waiting to see it. I mean, I ain't want to be the only one out there though.
There's bricks in my car.
My cousin made a valid point. He said on Facebook, he was like, y'all think it's crazy now. Wait till the verdict reads not guilty. How you think shit gonna be then?
National Guard already gonna be parked there. When you see all that shit out there, all that military presence, you know that verdict already. Like, you ain't gotta tell me. I mean,
watch that shit. You got you already got the attorney who's supposed to be prosecuting the police officers already sounding like he don't got no confidence in himself. Like he on there talking about like it's gonna be damn near impossible to convict
Didn't they
police
let
officers.
one get away? The Asian?
I'm not sure. The one he was
missing.
Up, right?
He was missing the Asian, the one minority in that whole motherfucker shit.
Minority.
Technically, he is a minority,
white
of
woman
course.
Too is a minority though. That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
That's how they spin it sometimes.
But yo, how you gonna sit there and you stood to block the camera and then you knew what was happening and you flee? You ran like
Because they are packed, like you said. Like they.
This is a blue wall
coward,
of silence.
yo. Just a coward, yo.
But see, and that brings me to another point. I want to go to the good cop. I want to talk to the quote unquote good cop, because we hear about these people a lot. You know,
Definitely.
they say it's a lot of them out there,
It is.
and I know they are. They are good cops.
They're good cops.
It's good people. Period. You got good black people, good white people. You got good Asian people. You got bad white people. You got bad Asian people. Bad black people. You got bad cops. The problem is with the good cops is we don't get that same luxury as black men and women. We all get lumped in as the thugs and the looters and the robbers and the, you know what I mean? We all get, it don't matter what you are. Tupac said it, man. You look like you thugs and niggas to these motherfuckers out here, man.
But who's giving that title?
I don't give a fuck if you African American. Who you think?
College
You feel me?
degree.
You a thug and niggas to these niggas, man.
Nigga.
But-
Nigga.
So if we know that, right? Why do we give good cops the benefit of the doubt? Like why are they separated from their counterparts if we not? If they look at all of us as a target, shouldn't we look at all of them as the enemy?
No, I don't agree with that.
Nah, you can't. Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you some real shit here, my nigga. You ain't really in a position, especially when you're in America, to be trying to go military against this white man like that. Like,
I know. It's a little too late. Nah, you right. It's a little too late. They got all weapons.
You got a reason
you
now.
right.
You feel me?
You absolutely right. But what I mean by that is, like we need to start holding them accountable.
The good cop.
The
Probably
good
fuck
cops.
with the people, but you can't really fuck with like police and all that shit like that.
No,
Like,
I'm
you
not
can't-
saying go to war with police. That's not what I mean.
You're
I
saying
know.
hold them accountable, but
I'm saying-
how will we hold
You
them
talking about
accountable?
you talking about
Right.
like looking at him like an enemy. That's how do shit. What you
How-
don't do to
What I
enemy.
mean is, what I'm trying to say is, we gotta hold them accountable. How we hold them accountable is, we gotta stop that forgiving shit. Like
Oh yeah, that shit been supposed to be done.
I see a lot of clips on the internet where they got with protesters out there, and you know, all it takes is one cop to come over there and say, you know, and kneel down with them and say, you know, this is my buddy over here. He's a good cop. He hugs people. Then all of a sudden, it's a whole, come march with us. Everything is good and all that bullshit.
I agree with that though.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I feel like you're putting their because they're a cop, like they have to put on that uniform and that gun and badge that they're a bad person. There's really some good cops.
No,
like,
it is.
right.
It
And
is,
I
it
feel
is.
like for the first time since I've been born, like I actually seen black, white, Asians, Hispanics, you name it, march together and come together to protest.
Yeah.
Or to, you know,
This is-
I feel like that's different and that's new.
I think that these people shouldn't be marching with us. I feel like they should be going to their community and talking to. I feel like they should do what they do when it's one of their own.
But then,
Facts. I agree.
but then it's
They
like
should do that too. I agree.
right, like
Yeah.
then it goes
They
back
really
to
fuck
like
back.
what, like you do, like they did bad to us, so we do bad to them. We judge them.
No, what I'm saying is, don't come march.
You feel what I'm saying?
Don't come
Like-
march and yell to us about what your family is doing to us. Go talk to your family.
Okay.
Why you out here with us? Go talk to your brother.
But they trying to show that symbol of unity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I get it. You could do that too, but
unity
go
shit,
talk
though,
to your
I'ma keep
family
it 100 with you.
first.
Look, all that unity shit don't end up doing every time black and white people start having unity, bro. All that shit end up being white people being charged and black people be underneath them. As they end up being the leaders. I swear,
I mean, history shows it.
What's NAACP?
His history
Show
shows
me
it.
NAACP. It started off with black people. Then what happened? What happened? I mean, no offense to the Jewish people and shit. They came and it's like became a Jewish thing. Like
I feel like this
we was
gonna
out
be
there
a new
getting hit
thing,
with the water
though.
hoses, getting our head butts with the bricks and shit like that. And everybody else got the same benefits we got.
That might be why Amazon is donating a lot of money to the NAACP, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that is. I gotta talk about stuff like that
But
too.
what you like now? You don't agree with the cops should be marching with the people.
No, I
feel-
agree with that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You agree?
I agree with that too.
You agree?
I
with
agree
that.
with that too.
I feel like they should be. I mean, if you want to do that, cool. But I
guess
feel like
that makes
first.
sense when you look at it.
I feel
I feel like
like
they're setting an example. Go
Like,
ahead.
It is,
like,
but
like
I
they
feel like-
understand, like they human too, like type.
They
shit. Like,
human.
Exactly, they
That's
human
cool.
too
That's
without the
cool.
badge.
But
Well, with the
I
badge.
think it'd be even more human if you go and tell your father to chill the fuck out.
But if it's not their father that's doing this
No,
shit,
I'm not.
though.
I'm speaking.
I
I'm speaking
know that.
in generally.
Right,
Like, go
I
tell
know.
your people. Like, do what you do when it's one of your own.
Yeah.
If it was Billy Starkowski who got choked, like I don't think you would be out there. I think you will actually be taking some type of action when it's something that the white people really love. Like Mike Vick fucked around with them dogs.
Oh yeah,
They took action. Shit happens.
I don't
They
know.
took action.
When it's something with their own, they make shit happen. They know. I can't explain what they need to do because I'm not in that group.
Let me.
They know what the fuck they can
Hit
do.
it off for me. Hit it off for me.
I got you.
If they wanted to stop it, they know exactly what to do to go make sure that shit happens.
See, this is why you can't do that, right? Because
let white people
racism
come
is an
up-
onset. What I mean by onset, you're not born with racism.
It's
I'm
taught.
not
It's taught to
born.
you, yeah.
I'm not born. I hate white people. I don't like black. I love black people. You're not born with that. For example, I did a little experience with my son. Right, I did 4 pictures. Right, 4 pictures with black and white children. Right, one they playing soccer. The second one they playing football. The third one they playing tag, and the other little girl, white girl, coming up to a little black boy kissing him on the cheek or whatever the case may be, right? So the 4, I said, what do you see in this picture? He said, oh, they playing soccer. They playing football. They having fun. Oh, the girl's trying to kiss me. You trying to get. He didn't say anything about that's the black boy.
With the
that's
white
the
girl.
So that shows you that racism is on onset. So what I mean by that is not all cops right now, the good cops maybe was raised with not seeing racism as a problem. They
Exactly.
don't have that. They don't have that view. So
get
you have to kind of take it
It's
on
just
that.
the bad apples that's fucking shit up, and it's just like we can't. The good
But
cops,
see,
But you-
we got
Yeah.
we got bad apples too. In the
right?
black community.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
George Floyd
Deep
wasn't a
right.
bad apple.
No, but we do.
So
do.
how do this is what I'm saying? Like if they have no regard as to who is the bad and who is the good, like I'm finding a hard time trying to see differentiate the good and the bad cops.
Now, like, dude, what's going on in this climate right now? No, bro, it's like it's on. It's like once you like say right now on some gang shit, you cool with niggas and you fucking with your homies and shit, and y'all beef and get into it with another hood or something, and you cool with somebody from the other hood. But once it's on, it's you can't really. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you got fuck if he cool or not. It's over now. Like you got to ride.
Right.
You feel me? That's why I just said. So fuck if you a cool cop or not. Like man.
And
you
then
gotta-
another
you gotta-
thing, we really want to be real and go all the way back. Like it don't really matter if you a good cop, a bad cop, if you're a black cop or a white cop. I mean, the badge represents racism at its core.
Yeah.
Like if we want to be for real, like what it represents is racism at its core.
So you think? Okay, go ahead.
So
All right.
whether you know that or not, if you go put on a uniform, you should. I mean, that's what you representing at its essence. You feel what I'm saying? It don't matter who you are, what your ideology is. That's the truth. So how you carry that after that is on you. You feel what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. Like it was created. It was basically slave catchers.
So I get what you're saying. So you saying because of that badge, that's a badge, meaning that's a seal. Like that's a seal. That's something that's
Symbol.
stamped. A
Yeah.
symbol.
Right.
Yeah.
So you saying because that symbol
Oh,
has a
white
long
supremacy.
history of what they did. Like
Yeah.
Exactly. So
okay, I
the-
can understand that
So
perspective.
the people inside the uniform is interchangeable. The system is based in racism itself.
Right.
Mhm.
So they working for some racist shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
So
can see that,
what I'm saying, they could be in a fucking meeting in the morning and they think they're getting a regular briefing that's just normal, but they don't understand. Even the person probably telling them what to do don't even understand that this is a like a planned
The
racist
intent behind
thing.
that
Yeah,
shit.
the person telling them probably don't even understand that.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
coming from some. You feel what I'm saying? That
Right.
police is just foot soldiers for the government.
Yeah.
Right.
This is coming from a whole different place. You feel what I'm
Which
saying?
is system inequality. That's systematic inequality.
You feel me?
I still don't believe all cops are bad.
Nah,
I mean, we
definitely-
didn't say that. I
definitely
didn't
not.
never say that.
But I understand the seal
Well, the
part.
good cops-
I definitely
yeah, I
understand,
understand
the
that
seal.
too.
I
Shit, this
get
cop
that.
looked me out back in the day. He could have locked me up and he didn't. He lied to his own sergeant for me. He didn't know if it came
I got breaks like that too. I ain't
You feel
gonna-
me?
he
So it
definitely-
ain't.
I mean,
I know it's good cops out there. You feel me? But that's not the point. The point is the badge, what it represents, what the system, the whole institution represents, is something wicked.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
mhm.
I
definitely
agree.
do. I agree with
You
that.
feel me? It's like you go to a college. College got some iffy history with some
Right.
bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You just a student, but you know what I mean?
It's the
Somebody might look at you
institution,
like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody might judge you off of the school you go to or
Yeah,
some shit like
you right
that.
about
Right.
that.
You're right.
But Drew Brees, you know this motherfucker, man.
Oh yeah. So soon as I heard that shit, I reminded myself I'd never buy a white athlete's jersey, man. Never.
Drew Brees, man.
Never in my life. Even as a kid, I knew that shit was wrong. Like, you feel me?
And like he made it worse by apologizing because now you just signify you was wrong, nigga.
Right.
Now, what exactly did he say? He said,
And his apology had no emotion to that shit either. That shit sounded like he was reading off a card, man.
"Yeah,
That shit sounded like, you feel me?
your PR
Yeah.
tell you, you know what I mean?
Nigga,
Who's Drew? Who's this person?
Drew Brees,
football,
he a
the
football
quarterback for the Saints and
New
shit.
Orleans Saints. He hold like every record for a
Yeah,
quarterback.
nigga, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, nigga nice.
We gonna get into this artist spot. We gonna get back to Drew Brees after this artist spotlight, which is a little contrary to the subject. But anyway, shout out to 2G's, man, Brooklyn. Yo, shout out to 2G's, man, Brooklyn. What's up, man? From North to Brooklyn, man. All the way to Buffalo. Shout out Matt. Buffalo's finest. My boy Matt. But yo, let's get back to Drew Brees, right? Drew Brees, he was asked a statement on, I believe it was Yahoo Sports, interview with Yahoo. He was asked to revisit former NFL quarterback Kaepernick's kneeling during the national anthem before games to bring awareness of police brutality and racial injustice. His words, and I quote, "I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States." Brees began adding that the national anthem reminds him of his grandfathers who served in the armed forces during World War II. In many cases, it brings me to tears thinking about all that has been sacrificed, and not just in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s and all those that has been endured by so many people until this point. Now, first of all, Drew Brees, you said it reminds you of your grandfathers who fought in World War II. I mean, your grandfathers wasn't the
Right,
only
grandfathers.
grandfathers who fought in World War II.
Fuck out
I mean, my grandfather, your grandfather,
Yeah.
your grandfather,
Henry, man.
Henry Fleming Sr. also fought in World War II. And not only did he fight in World War II, not only did a lot of black people fight in World War II, they didn't get a lot of the same rights that other soldiers had, and they was actually on the front lines.
Yeah, doing the worst shit. Like nobody else wanted to do the most dangerous shit. They sent the others out there to do that shit.
And
Like,
then if you even go back to the Revolutionary War, they were still slaves at the time when they went and fought. They fought alongside people who they fought for freedoms of the people who enslaved them.
right.
That just shows the spirit of the black man, period. Like, to fight for freedom of a person who enslaved you. And then when you get back, you still a slave.
Yeah. Yeah.
They only took you because you fight better than them. they couldn't win without you.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why, personally, I know he was a big history guy in our history, Booker T. Washington.
Yeah.
I really don't vibe with him because in that time, he was trying to tell us to compromise with the slave owners. He was trying to tell us to meet them halfway, right?
I got you. Yeah.
So like, yeah, I ain't with you. You trying to sell out? You trying to sell us out?
Booker T was G'd up, man. I'm gonna tell you why. He had his whole thing with white people though. He just figured like he just compromised with them as a strategy. Like his whole thing was like he on some shit like they gonna be whoever they gonna be, like how they gonna be. We know how they gonna be, but we gonna do this over here. Like he built that Tuskegee Institute. He teach everybody how to do everything with their hands, how to build brick, houses, all that shit like that. He teach them how to do it with their hands. He like fuck them over there. Like they gonna do whatever they gonna do. We ain't worrying about that. We gonna build us over here. Like that's what his whole mission was. Like you feel me? So that's why I say I can't say bro was on like he was scared of him. He just
it's not. I think it was personal intent because then he's chilling with the Rockefellers. He's chilling with the J.P. Morgans. He's chilling with these families. He's actually there.
Well, you can say the same thing. You can say the same thing.
Bro was though.
It's funny the way me listening to y'all talking about him, it sounds like a modern day Jay-Z. I mean, if you don't like what he was doing, it sounds like the same thing, like the same type of way Jay-Z moved through the world. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we could see, we probably couldn't see because of the times. We probably couldn't see the type of things Booker T. Washington was trying to do. And now during these times, we could see actually what Hov was trying to do. Because back when he was leaving Def Jam and all that, people was calling Hov a sellout for certain things he was doing.
Yeah.
But he couldn't play his hand at that moment. We didn't know he was working on Rock Nation. Title and all this. We didn't know that. You feel me? Because he couldn't show his hand. And then if he would have got all emotional, hey man, y'all motherfuckers don't know what you feel me? Like y'all calling me. You feel me? He would have played his hand and we wouldn't have the things we have today from that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But that just could be a thing, man.
But I saw some people just look like this. Like some people just really expect that from him. Like he's like you gonna sit there and be trying to like go head up with it or whatever like that. Or that's on you and shit. But some people look at it like, man, I'm not about to spend we got time to build our own shit up. That's what he did though. Yeah. And he left an institution like a brick building you could touch him like that. That's what he built right here like though. Like I mean a lot to me. Like they ain't just like you left no book and no shit like that. You left like that. It's his building right. He built this right here.
And he started the whole segregation of equality. He started that case. Thurgood Marshall finished it. So that I could,
But that's why I said bro was a rider and shit though. And you know the government used to spy on my man too and shit too a lot though. Like they ain't trust him up there.
Didn't they spy on?
Yeah, he up there all the building, just black people doing their own building, all that shit up there.
Yeah, they definitely coming to see what's going on. But Drew Brees, he back to him. He gets I think Michael Thomas and all, and they call him out. LeBron James call him out. Basically, he just a dickhead. Like I don't even want to really harp on him. Like I mean, I wouldn't be like if I was a left tackle, I tell you that I know how I would get him back. I'm just saying. If I'm a left tackle, I probably miss a block or two. I'm just saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like I definitely, especially I'm waiting till we play the Broncos and shit. Let Von Miller
hit your ass up.
One of them hard flag disrespecting niggas.
Wait, we play the Bears and something. Let my man Mack hit him. What's my man name?
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, let that nigga hit him.
Oh, what's my other man for the Rams too?
Yeah, Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah, let that motherfucker get him. You feel me?
Nigga put the nigga in the dirt.
Missed tackle and too, man. But
that might happen too.
Yeah, I think so.
That might happen.
Hell yeah.
But you was telling me about we was talking about like Amazon giving the NAACP a lot of money. I think like 10 million or something like that, man. Something like that. Like, how you feel about these companies like showing their support to the Black Lives Matter? Like you go on a website now. And you will see Black Lives Matter on a website or something like that.
I feel like it's fake. Certain companies.
Yeah,
I feel like it's fake. I feel like if they
was popular.
Yeah, I feel like if they don't put that, then they get backlash. Like I feel like if you don't recognize what's going on or you don't acknowledge what's going on right now within this situation, then you're gonna get talk like
Because right now, it don't matter what race you are, what company you represent. It's like everybody looking for everybody to speak up right now.
Exactly. I feel like if it was only black people like trying to go back. Okay, if it was only black people protesting, then I feel like these other companies and stuff like that, they wouldn't be posting. But now that it's black, whites, Asians, and it's a diverse crowd, now it's like important for them to release a statement.
I just want to point out real quick that a lot of these people who starting the riots and a lot of these people who out here acting the fool are white people.
Or other people, other races. I wouldn't just say white people.
I'm just saying, yeah, that's what I meant. But that's what I was just saying. Like, so for the news people who y'all like to say, oh, look at those thugs and shit like that, just know that who you talking about.
It's your
continue.
sister.
Yeah, your nephew.
Word up.
Fucking granddaughter and shit.
But I definitely gotta say, like, big ups to our community in the protest, because without that and because our culture is contagious. They love our culture, so they was gonna come on board with us. Some white people was gonna be like, Black Lives Matter, let's go. So we have that effect. So that's what's up, and that's what it caused Amazon. Why I said all these companies, they have to respond. There's no other way, because now your kid is looking at me as a hero. It's your kid, your little Becky, your little Susan, Bill, whatever, looking at me like, wow, look at that, Black Lives Matter, that's cool. They looking up to me.
And you know what I think about to happen now? It's like now all this energy going on, this black energy going on, right? It's about to be something that's going to got to siphon that energy off. We got to shake to turn it down. Something probably gay. Somebody gay or something going to happen.
I get what you're saying.
It's like something going to be something like that going to go on.
I get what you're saying.
To take the energy away, niggas like, oh, forget all this, we going over here. And
now it's another,
And the thing is that the scariest part about that is they can make it happen with a snap of a finger and don't get like caught type shit. Like nobody will question it. If it's on the news, they put it on the news, people gonna believe it. Majority of the people anyway. And it's just like they can actually get that done. Like you got the money and resources to make what he just said happen. Like
this is the game they play, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta read Machiavelli, man. I swear to God, you read Machiavelli and you look at any European government, this is exactly how they move. Like I swear to God, exactly how Machiavelli say move. Like on everything, like
it's crazy.
Flip the script.
America don't give a fuck about being loved. America want to be fed.
America won their liberations and shit off of blood. Like,
but I definitely say for a solution, right? I think we need to like sign up or try to research the National Association for Civilian Oversight of Law Enforcement. That's an actual association, you feel me, that like you could sign up for, and you could possibly be on a committee in your city to be able to oversee. They got to run that shit by you.
Right.
As citizens in the, of that city, they got to run whatever happened, the case. Fuck internal affairs.
So it's like
I think that's like the best situation.
And that is the best solution. You have to have that in every city.
So is
in
that
every
but
state.
Is that for every case or certain cases or like just like murder cases or
like it's just police brutality, anything that's a little fishy like that needs a little bit of investigation.
Okay.
They definitely have that committee, but they only have it in certain states. They don't even have it in every state. And if they do have it in every states, it's like underneath, like a pile of papers. You feel me?
I agree.
So that's what needs to be pushed. Like as black people, we need to be on that board. We need to be on that committee. You feel me? Because that's the only way we're gonna be able to make a change, bro.
That sound good. Like that sound like a good thing, but. Hold on, you don't think that'll work?
I like that idea.
I'm saying that right there is one, but as far as like a change, it's like it's gonna get people ear. That's all that shit. I feel like that shit gonna give you like just going to have it. Like I mean, it's like people gonna just hear you out. After that, it's gonna be right back to business as usual because you ain't in the streets with people.
Not
like,
necessarily, because if you have 15 African Americans and say this police officer, 2 officers just shot this kid or
what
this black,
does this committee have?
All right, so maybe we should.
So
would it be like jury based?
Exactly. So put out a verdict. You put that verdict out. We feel as though this person committed murder. Now,
exactly.
You have to take that verdict to trial, but that verdict is weighs heavy in the court. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how
it's like that's like a reform of the justice system. Then that's something new.
Boom.
I like the idea.
Just playing devil's advocate, just saying. Like, what if the police union stop you from doing everything? Because they gonna lawyer up. That's all. That's really be protecting the cops.
Then we lawyer up.
That shit, yeah.
Me personally, that's a good. No, keep going. I got an idea. I'm thinking.
You get what I'm saying? It's like a police union gonna try to protect the cop. They ain't gonna just let you just be like, yo,
that's
like
do
whatever they do to this officer.
See,
right
but
here,
then
like,
that's when right? You talked about the NAACP. That's when we need those type of committees to really be on our side, and we need those strong black lawyers to be able to fight for us as civilians on that committee.
We need these cops to break up that shit. Like, it's no more riding as one, riding as blue. No, if cop A did some bullshit, cop A going down.
Yeah, y'all ever heard of, not to cut y'all ever heard of Christopher Dorner?
You got all these strange people. No, what's that?
Yo, this brother.
That's my man. Yeah, that's my. Now I'm saying it's that good cop theory I was talking about. Y'all heard that good cop happened to him, right? He's sitting there. I swear to God, he a black cop and shit. Like, he used to be in the army and shit like that. Like, but he whatever he while he's in LA too. Y'all can pull it up and shit too. You feel me? He while he on duty whatever. One day he see another one of his cops do some illegal shit, like some bullshit. Like some corrupt shit to somebody, like so he report the nigga. So as soon as he report him, they fire him and they outshot him from the police. Like, they can't be a cop like no more. Like, so bro, he flipped out, went crazy, shot a couple of people. I forgot who he shot. I think he shot one of the chief daughters or some shit like that.
Oh damn!
That's what happens though. Like, they get like, if you do some shit, if you go against the blue wall, you basically get boxed out. Like,
that's the thing. We gotta break that blue wall down.
But see, who's gonna do that? But see, this is the thing. Like, that's
not to cut you off. You know who's gonna do that?
Who?
The cops that's kneeling down on one knee. That's who need to do it.
I don't think
the ones that want to protest, the ones that want to go.
I think that's more political than anything. To be honest with you,
because the cops that do
it,
that's
more political than anything.
I thought I had one. You ain't see me over here. I was like,
I'm just being honest. That's
they keep killing my shit.
The blue wall benefits them more than anything. Like that. That's for them.
Because they got politicians in their pocket.
That's for them. That protects them.
At the end of the day, they still supposed to be working for us. Like, they supposed to be like citizens, we are quote unquote they citizens and shit like that. So you can't just be saying like, it's just us against them type shit like that.
But see, the problem is, like, if you look at policing in other countries and stuff like that, like, they look at they people as one. Like, we like you just said, like, everybody is together. That's just your job. You happen to be a cop.
Yeah.
But see, it's not rooted. A lot of that police in certain countries is not rooted in racism, like this one is. So what happens is, when us as a minority, we try so hard to be fair, treated fairly in the system, and break in the system, and find different ways to be involved in the system.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we've been doing that for so long. Like, do you think it's time to, like, basically separate from the system?
But it's the thing. We did better when we wasn't allowed in there. That's the sad to say that shit though. That's sad. You had a black doctor, a black dentist, black motherfucking movie theater, black motherfucking like real estate lawyers, everything.
Going through black schools.
You gotta go.
This is what I'm saying. Do we need to draw a line in the sand, basically, and basically, shit, we take the East Coast, y'all take the West Coast.
Yo,
type of shit.
yo, I could really say experience, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I regret going to Ramapo College for my master's. I wish I would have went to Howard or Morgan State, because the racism that I experienced at Ramapo.
Yeah, you up there too.
What's that again?
That's like up northwest.
Mawa, whatever. Or whatever the case would be. North Jersey, whatever.
It's
and
northwest.
like I'm like,
Jersey.
yo, I truly wish I would have went to Howard or something like that, because the racial oppression up there is out of this world. And that's where I think
that's the one you about to graduate from, though, right?
Yeah.
Me and Slim used to be up there. Shout out my nigga Slim.
So if I do get my doctorates, I'm going to a black school. I'm going to Howard. I'm going to like those type of schools, because I'm not dealing with this shit no more.
But see, this is my thing. Like, do you feel that we should basically, not in so many words, but split the country in half? Y'all take that, we take this. We build our own shit. Now, of course, it's not just black and white people in America. It's a bunch of different other people.
Yeah, that's why I said
So you basically say it's gonna be the bad side and the good side?
Nah, ain't nobody say that. I'm just saying, like, if you want to be on the black side, you be on the black side. If the white people want to accept you on their side, you go to that side. If you want to be on this,
nah, it can't be
cool
like that.
Cultural side,
It's
I understand that. That's a fantasy, like, cartoon way of thinking. But my thing is that, like, I'm starting to feel like that would be easier than trying to fight to be treated equally in this system.
Yeah. We just stay on our side. We good over
and
here.
We build our schools.
But
We build our stuff.
Low key though, black people, we the only ones don't got them invisible borders up. Every other group got them invisible borders up though. Like you can't go. We just the only ones ain't like damn like
they can ride through our city with no issue.
It's not even ride through. They could just open up a business and like do everything. Like you go to a Korean area or Dominican area.
Yeah,
and like, yo,
you right.
You about to open up a store. See how many motherfuckers come in your store?
You right.
You ain't got niggas ain't getting none of
That's
money
just
to
something
you.
that it's gonna take time, and I feel like to be honest with you, I'm like Minnesota out of all places.
No, it happens.
Right.
It happens
it
everywhere.
happens everywhere.
It happens
but
everywhere.
I'm just saying, like you would think some shit'll go off from that, in Georgia or
I know, right?
Florida or somewhere.
But look at the percentage of police that's white and black. I think it's like is disparity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have more white police officers than black in Minnesota.
But like I said, I'm starting like I'm at the point where I'm not even looking at the person in the uniform right now. I'm just looking at the uniform.
No, you right.
And with the, you feel me? But hey, this shit is crazy, man. Rest in peace to George Floyd, Sean Bell, Amadou Diablo, Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray, Mike Brown, Tamir Rice.
Damn.
So many, man.
So many.
I can't even. I can't name up everybody. Right, everybody. Rest in peace to all the brothers and sisters who haven't been on national TV and shit like that.
I got one for y'all too. I want to send a special shout out to my man Christopher Jordan Dorner. He rest in peace. June 4th, his birthday just passed, man. I mean, special birthday shout out. That's my man. I was telling y'all about that cop and shit. His birthday just passed 2 days ago. Like,
rest in peace,
rest in peace.
He passed.
Yeah. And I mean, rest in peace to him. Like, I don't care about how nobody feel.
But I definitely love the energy that we give.
Black lives definitely matter, no matter what.
Yeah. Black lives matter, man. Make sure if you home watching, make sure you take something from this. And you know what I mean? The revolution will not be televised. And like they said, what they meant by the revolution will not be televised is the revolution starts in here for each individual. You feel what I'm saying? Starts in your head. So, you know what I mean? You make that change in your head first. You make the change in your home with your family. Then you come out here and you make a change in the world. You feel what I'm saying?
And long live George Jackson, man. Jonathan Jackson, too. I mean, just put that out there like that. I mean. That's another story. Listen, I'll tell y'all that next week.
This High Society podcast, man. This episode 36. I'm B-High. That's Queasy's Way. That's Sash 24. This High Society First Lady Jazzy. Mac in the building, Buffalo's finest, man. This is how we giving it up. See you next week, man. High Society, we out. You heard?
Motherfucking Jackson. No.
Pressure, bring you to the trenches, feel the pressure.